YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Stefan Don TV, aka Steph. Yeah, we got another one, man. Oh man, it's just so crazy, man. Like how you could be friends with someone. I'm talking about like two guys, and then soon as the idea and the money opportunity comes into play, everything just like vanishes. You're no longer cool with the dude. You gotta separate, and you know what I'm saying. And it's like, well, why should I talk to him? Meanwhile, like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't even do nothing wrong. Or it's like, man, forget him. I ain't messing with that dude no more. I'm not trying to curse you two. And that's the thing, man. A lot of y'all dudes, bro, it sucks, right? Because like I said, man, like y'all been homies for a long time. And you know what I'm saying, you know each other like the back of your hand. Y'all basically like brothers, but the money comes into play. Differences and a lot of things like that. You fall apart, and then you be just like, dang, man, what we really beefing about? And the reason why I'm talking about this because you see, Pretty Boy Fredo. Oh, well, actually, let me say this too. Now, there are some friendships that, in business as well, last long with each other. I don't want people to be like, what are you talking about? Me and my homie, we do this, that, and the third. But, that's rare. That's rare in this case, right? It's rare. And, it's rare that things like that. But when I seen the Pretty Boy Fredo and Showtime Bari going back at it with each other, it kind of proves my point why you should get separate contracts. Always be upfront. Well, how do I say separate contracts? But like, yeah, I would say separate contracts, you know what I'm saying? Or you should always do stuff with each other, but also to do separate solos. Like, be like, you know what, bro? I kind of want to just do my own thing for a little bit. We'll still always be a group and be together. And that's what, Fredo said, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't own these dudes. They allowed to do whatever they want outside, as long as they always help out with the videos. But when you have personality clashes and all this other stuff, man, it proves that, you should always get to know that person before you really just get deeper into it. Because now, like, these two, I'm pretty sure it's not like I want to fight this dude, but it's like more like I should have not really even get involved into that. And it kind of sucks because me personally, I don't really watch SSH like that. Like, I like Malik, I like Fredo, I like Bari a little bit, I like Keith. But it's just like, dang, man, when you see the group like split up like that, or just like those two split, it's kind of like, oh man, it's kind of weird. And that's the reason why I say, it's rare when you see friendships last a long time and they still able to work with each other. Like, I've seen it so many times with McQueen and DDG, the Too Hype thing, was it the Team 10 thing? It's just a lot, and it's just like, man, like, it's just like, dang, how could, how could y'all bounce back when it's too much? And now, like, when you try to watch like separate ones, it's just like, it ain't the same no more, because it's just like, Oh, because it's like, it ain't the same, because it's like, man, I watch this dude, watch that dude. But I wanted to state that because I've been in those situations, right? And you know, I don't regret making those decisions. Like back in the day during Xbox Live times, you know, there was like a couple teams that were looking for me in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and one of them was like my homies, Rizzy and Jinx, right, or my bro Dre, and they were good, but they just wasn't as good as, you know, to me, you know what I'm saying? And they wanted me to join L2D, but it was like, okay, but the problem is how I felt during those times is they would be always gaming, but you know, those dudes, they get girls and they go out to parties and have fun with the homies and all that other stuff. But when it came down to like playing, it was just like, okay, y'all play for 2 months, and then like 4 months later, you wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't even see those dudes online. And that would make me frustrated because, you know, at that time I was like a homebody, always home, always gaming, either on Halo or Call of Duty. And it's just like, well, what's the point of me being a part of this clan when you guys want to dip in and out when chicks came into your lives? And I felt like that would cause frustration with me, and I would get mad and angry, and I wouldn't want to fight, number one, my bro, and I don't want to fight his friend, even though me and him were pretty cool, but it would just get into that. Well, I couldn't fight for crap anyway. And they were just like telling me, oh, you down with L2D? I'm like, no, I'm not, man. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. And that's the reason why I didn't. And I felt like at that time it was wise for me not to join that, because back in the day, game battles was the thing. I don't know about game battles now, but back then, game battles was the ish, right? And, you know, those were chances of, you know, trying to go pro, going to MLG events and all that. And I was just like, nah, I don't even want to do that. And also, too, you know, there were other teams that were stronger than them. I joined. That's like the reason why I wouldn't do that. Even another example, right? My friend Benson. Now this was last year, he wanted me to do a collaboration YouTube channel with him. But at that time, you know, Benson, he like my bro. He's like my best friend. But the problem was, it was like, you know, he lives in his own crib, he has his own space, so he has to get money. And, you know, we would do videos, but he would not ever upload a lot of them. Like, I'm pretty sure he still got content, still hasn't uploaded yet. He always say, oh, I'm gonna do it, but nothing didn't happen. Why? Because, you know, just being a young kid, you know, 21 at that time, or 21, 22 at that time, just we were always going to the gym and working out, or was recording, but nothing there. And then like I had to leave that alone and just focus on my channel. Because me, I would literally go to the gym for like 3-4 hours. I had work at certain times, but it was like I always made sure the content was always out there. I was always making sure the content was always out there. But for him, it was just record, I'll do it whenever. And I didn't want to get frustrated by that. Especially too, if you want to do a team video, like, you know, a workout team channel, which was a cool idea, but it's just, I didn't want to take that risk. And then I had those situations too, like with Fredo and Bari. Me and my boy Jason, we were always like a strong Halo 2 team back in the day. And I'm sorry this is all video game talk, because I really don't have anything like basketball related or anything like that. Me and my boy Jay, we were winning tournaments here and there, and I'll go over his house, but we didn't even practice that much. Why? Because My boy Jay, light-skinned dude. We went to two different high schools. I was just dark-skinned, skinny, you know what I'm saying, always practicing. But when he had girls over his house, he was like, you play, I'm gonna go kick it with her, you know what that means. And it kind of got frustrated because that lack of practice would carry over in the tournaments. We would lose. I'd end up losing money because, bro, I had to, take out money out of my own pocket to play. You know what I'm saying? I had no sponsorship. So we would lose, and then well, that's the reason why we lose. We don't play. We don't play as much. And I get it, man. I get it because, women like guys like women, but, women like my boy Jay. But it was just like, bro, we have to put in work. And him being young, not understand that. And then after a while, this got frustrated, losing all the time. I had other teams, and he started getting mad because I couldn't go over his house to practice or play because I was with other teams. And it was just like, bro, what's the point of doing all that? And that's where the frustration comes and the animosity comes in play, right? And then even outside of Halo, bro, I was supposed to be in California like 2010, like right after high school. But he kind of jerked me around and brought some random chick like he just dated a couple months over, and he was just like, yo, I'm not bringing you, I'm bringing her. I'm like, damn, bro, then why'd you even ask me? So it's those situations like that. It kind of makes me, in a sense, not join or form a team with anybody or do anything because of situations like that. And like I just mentioned earlier, you see these big name YouTubers or, even NBA teams, like it just, stuff don't click sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And it's best to separate, but egos get involved, drama. That's the reason why I don't do those things. And when I see stuff like that, it just makes me not want to. But I'm gonna end it here on a good note. You gotta have those communications. Also, too, you gotta be on the same points. Because if you're not, things go south. And then, leaving good opportunities on the table because of what I say, always egos. That's, what I'm saying? That's why people got to be careful with that. If you a guy right now and you got homies you cool with, bro, always be in communication. Always talk to one another. Actually, I have so many other stories like that too, where I take accountability on my part. But those situations, man, those things happen like that, and it's just like, dang, man, I understand. I get it, and we have to learn from them. So guys, like, be careful, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, because good things always come to an end. That's in life, relationships, friendships, business, anything. Be smart.